I'm currently a 3-hour drive north, out in mid-September to enjoy what very well may be my final trip of the year. I'm out to enjoy camping, canoeing, fishing, and all things nature. Super stoked for this one. Thanks for coming along with me. Now let's get to it. Out on another wicked adventure. Just a 2 overnighter this time, which, hey, again, one night is better than no nights, so, you know, I will take 2 nights any day of the week. Gorgeous day. It's like mid-September, and yeah, colors are starting to change a little bit. I'm excited to be out here. I'm probably pretty silhouetted right now because the sun's behind me, but maybe once we pass through here, it'll be a little bit better. But yeah, we're bit of a, you know, after my last trip, which there was a lot of kerfuffles on my last trip. Some of you guys know, some of you guys don't, but you know, my stuff kind of went for a Lulu. Quite a few of my things actually went for a Lulu. But you know, we've recovered, and we're back here. We're back out doing what we like to do, and yeah, we're gonna just paddle, find our campsite, fish. That's my goal for this weekend, is just fish. Pretty sure, unless, you know, the weather decides to stay super wicked, which hopefully maybe it does. But this is potentially my last trip of the season, which is pretty sad actually. I'm pretty upset about that because all good things must come to an end, and then we just, you know, get 10 years of winter to think about summertime and plan our trips for next year. Hopefully we still have some wicked ones like we did this year. In fact, one of the trips I'm planning next year is even bigger, but we'll, you know, worry about that at a later date. Not close enough, not far enough. Still close enough, not far enough from the highway and from people. So we're gonna get to paddling, and Zolio's already going off, but no cell phone service, which is good. And it's actually probably just my mama, because I let her know that I got here safely. Good old mamas. Shout out to all the mamas out there. Yeah, making sure I got here safe, and so far so good. We plan to keep it that way, and yeah, we're gonna paddle for a bit and check out the scenery. Check out this campsite. Someone's got wood and everything. All set up and nice there. Built a bench. That's wicked. Somebody's really kind of just gone to town there. That's a Crownland site, but that's actually pretty cool. You got a little bench made up, lots of firewood for the next person. That's really nice. Not where we're staying though. Still too populated. I'm not down for the populated. But we can hope that that person went to where we're going and maybe built a nice area for that, okay? Definitely a boater. Now I see the boater that I was hearing before. Now I hear him. Apparently there's lots of campsites here. Well, I already passed one. We already saw that one. But I was looking for the other ones that were marked, but can't quite see them yet. I actually saw a bear on my way in here. I drive past the entrance for Grundy Lake. I believe it's a provincial park. Anyways, when I was driving past there, right at the entrance of it, I like see this animal trotting across, and as I got closer, coming almost directly past it, I was like, wow, that's a big, oh my goodness, that is a bear. That is a bear. And it was kind of cool. It's quite a distance from where we are here right now, but still kind of cool. I mean, obviously being out here and doing this, we know there's bears out here. We know there's, you know, wildlife. That's half of why we do it. But when you actually get to see it, it is kind of cool from a distance, which is cool. Also, in the truck, even better. But, you know, we saw nature, so we're one on the nature for this trip thus far. And look at that behind me. Isn't that beautiful? Just gorgeous scenery right here. But we're gonna keep on paddling, mosey on our way. We're actually just a hair lip down yonder from where the campsites actually kind of start, and where I'm going to potentially look at a whole bunch of them. There's like 6 or something like that, 5, 6, maybe more, spread out in areas. So we'll take a gander over there, see what we can find and come up with, and have some fun. But like not like that kind of fun, like, but like, whoa, because it's like inside fun. My soul is just, and so are my ears, because it's quiet. Now, I want to record catching a fish. That's, everybody asked, am I recording this trip? Yes. I followed it up by saying the purpose of this trip is because I have not landed a fish while recording yet. Tons of casts. I caught fish when I've not been recording. Plenty of fish while I haven't been recording, but nothing when I have been. So that is the goal for this trip, is to catch fish while recording. And I've already killed my big camera battery, my first one, and they're up at the front of the boat, so it's a terrible place to put them. But we'll just record so we have no battery left, I guess. Hopefully there's sun that can charge them on the good old solar panel. I arrived at the most perfect campsite with dead batteries and joyful excitement. I quickly set up the tent and the tarp, eager to get back out and discover this perfect spot, starting with a small trek around camp. All right, trying out this whole little apparatus thing that I got, that was given to me. We're going to go for a walk. We're going to go find out where the pooper is. There's a couple trails. Actually, there's a lot of trails off of this site. Not quite certain which one leads to where, but we're just going to go for a hike. Oh, wow. I already found the poopers. That didn't take long. But look, another trail there. We'll go explore for a minute. All right. Holy poo boxes here. Good heavens. All right, well, there's one down there. There's one here, maybe a man's and a woman's. But then there's a whole bunch more over there. Nifty. I guess you could choose your view. Do you want to stare at a tree or stare at a tree? Either way. Kind of cool. Hard to tell. When I'm out walking or doing little hikes, I always try to see if I can see any tracks from any animals. I don't, or any forageables. I do see some berries down there, but I don't think they're wintergreen. They don't exactly look like wintergreen. So, whoa, almost just died on a tree. Just before I thought maybe there was like a view, but not really from there. Ooh, lots of birch bark. I actually have some, but you know what? Never hurts. Never hurts to grab a little more. All right. Decent little haul there. At least do us for tonight. We'll go bring this back, and then maybe we'll try our luck at some fishing. I don't know if this is the way we can. Oh yeah, I guess it maybe is. Either way, we got back. I guess a lot of the trails actually just lead back up here. Look at how the colors are changing already. Some of the trees, you see them in there. that one. There's quite a few around camp too. Wow, I hear dogs barking. Interesting. I wonder what the deal is with all of these though. Huh. Oh well. Guess the more the merrier when you're pooping. All right, yeah. Decent campsite. Tent's back there. This is the flattest, highest spot that I could find. Not that I really care about the height, but flattest spot. Chirp. Almost ready for 55 years of winter. Or what feels like 55 years of winter. Doesn't necessarily mean it is 55 years of winter. Clearly I know it's not. But I'm telling you, you're sitting inside, you're waiting for it to get nice. Hundo feels like 55 years. Anyways, yeah, it's quite a very pretty sight. Very quiet. I don't think anybody is, I mean, obviously I heard dogs barking when I was back there, so there's like people around, but not really around. Look at that tree, just grown on the side of a rock. Weird. One of the things that I like to do, I don't have an anchor. I actually lost what I was using for an anchor on what was supposed to be my last trip. Typically what I do, I just find a rock, wrap my paracord around it, and do it in such a way that you just kind of like basket weave around it-ish. I don't even know if that's the right term for it, basket weave necessarily. Just kind of start on a flat side. I've always got these little deweys. Actually, that's the wrong side to start on. We will start on this side. And again, you know, I am a 0% professional on this or expert. This is just what I do. This is what I have done that works for me. It might not work for everyone. It does the trick. It holds you in place, and particularly in a canoe and in a light canoe, it's not that much fun to fish without an anchor, particularly if there's even so much as of a breeze, because anybody that has a light boat will tell you that it's not fun. For me, I just don't bring all the sticks with you. Do this, and in fact, I've done this on my last video, my last trip. I did it as well. When you don't have an anchor, you do what you gotta do. And again, this is what works for me. All right. Ouch. Good enough for Canada. We're out here. Fishing turned into a paddle, actually, on account of I only got 2 little nibbles and nothing. I did hear, and I passed the feller when I was coming in here, and he said, you know, good luck, enjoy your trip. I said, thank you, you know, I hope you enjoyed yours. To which he said, I did. The fishing wasn't as good as I thought it was going to be, but it still wasn't bad. So I was like, oh, all right, didn't really think anything of it. Maybe he's an amateur. I mean, I'm an amateur too. Amateur, rookie, not quite sure what I'm doing. Anyways, so I thought, I didn't really pay much attention to it when he said that until I literally just came out now. And I guess I'll consider my 2 little nibbles that were probably just dinks anyways. That's why they were nibbles and not actual hits or anything like that. I'll consider those wins. But it's also like 6 o'clock, so it gets dark. His sun sets at like 7 or something like that. So I'm probably going to head back to camp now and make some dinner, get a fire going, put my sweater on. The wind picked up. So between the wind picking up and little nibbles, it was really nice too. I thought, you know what? I'm just going to go for a paddle. I'm just going to enjoy paddling. Obviously, I enjoy all the camping aspect of these trips and the expedition parts of it, but the fishing and camping. But sometimes just the paddling is really nice. So that's what I'm doing. Out for an evening paddle, but I am going to go back and make me some food. Fixing to make pizzas. Pizzas! See, I'm very skeptical of using cedar. Hot sauce. Can't forget the hot sauce. It's almost done. My mama bought me one last summer and it lasted me all season. And then this one probably will last me all season too. And then I'll need a new one for next year. Well, the cool thing is that I have no idea how you fell over or why you fell over. But I got it on record. There was like a teeny, itsy bitsy, teeny tiny gust of wind. And all of a sudden, that blew you over. But hey, I got it. I recorded it while it was happening, so that's exciting. Yep, that's one way to get her out. All right. Favorite dinner. Just sitting here enjoying my fire. Almost burnt my frocks. Got the frocks on, of course, because they're, camp frocks. And had my feet resting up by the fire, all, roasty toasty and getting all nice. And then all of a sudden I was like, holy cow, my feet are cold or hot. So I took them off and then okay, maybe they didn't melt, but man, did they ever get hot. I hope it's not an emergency or anything like that. We're incredibly lucky people, incredibly lucky humans, and I thank the Lord every day that I get to be here and I get to experience the life that He has provided for me and the world that He created. Although it is pretty crazy at times. I am in the tent now, set up by the fire for a little bit of time, but I'm in the tent, fixing to go to bed. I only had like 4 hours of sleep today, so I'm pretty tired. I think it's like 5 minutes after 2 after 9. So it's early, but it's also dark. Smashed my pizzas. What a great day. Didn't catch a fish, but that's okay. You can't win them all. And I didn't try super hard. I'm hoping that I'll wake up early. It's not supposed to be super cold tonight, but I do got my, base layer warm zuzzies on. And my other stuff warmed up. I also boiled up some water in the Nalgene. I'm just gonna do my journal and call it a night. So gonna have a go to sleep, wake up. Eventually we'll get to a good breakfast. If we wake up nice and early, I'll actually probably go out fishing first and then come back and worry about coffee and breakfast. But either way, got an awesome one and can't wait to get at it.